So today I want to show you how I made this card. It says on the front, "Love won't keep," and inside it says, "So I'm giving mine to you." So to make this card, I started out with a card base that measures 10 by 7, and I'll go ahead and fold that. Oops. And the cardstock that I'm using today, and the pattern paper comes from the Die Cuts with a View Crafty stack, with the exception of the brown paper that I'm using. So the first layers, there's 4 right off the bat. So the chocolate layer is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. On top of that is this red layer, which measures 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. And then this next chocolate layer, which is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then this pattern piece, 6 by 4. So once again, you can find all of that paper in the Craftsy stack. So go ahead and stick these together. And then these two get attached together. And because there's nothing going behind these pieces, we can go ahead and stick this onto our card base. There we go. Now the cute little jars that I'm using, I'm going to pull out the pieces here, come from my kitchen cartridge. And if you turn to page 56 in the manual, you'll see where I got the jars from. I actually didn't use the jars right here. I used the blackout feature so that it wouldn't have all these little lines. And I just cut them out in order, chose the different pattern paper that I wanted. And when I got to the second jar, I went ahead and just cut the lid off so that I could use it separately. And I went ahead and also inked around these pieces with some brown ink. And I just used some chocolate ink by Clearly Better. And then these two little pieces, this one is right there with the jar. And I just pop dotted it up. And this little heart, you can find a heart on either Georgian Basic Shapes or Doodle Charms. And again, I pop dotted that up, and that's just a 3/4 inch heart. My little love stamp comes from the Fiskars Clear Sentiment stack, and if you look down here at the bottom, you'll see the little love. And I just went ahead and used my little Fiskars stamp punch. Just line it right up and punch it down. And I found this to be the most successful tool for stamping and the clearest image, so that's what I use. So now that we have all these pieces ready to go, we'll go ahead and stick them on. Let's see here. I went ahead and stuck a little sticky strip on the back to make this go just a little bit faster. Okay, and then this is just going to go just a little bit to the side here. Just like that. And I also tied some baker's twine at the top of this. And I get my twine from, it's what's called trendy twine, from anniespaperboutique.com. And we'll go ahead and attach our little love jar and the little lid. When I did the lid, I cut the ring out in silver and then the lid part out in dark gray. And that's just going to go at a little angle right here. And then the next part is this little piece. And when I did this, I didn't want to have have to worry about finding the perfect stamp. So I just used Love Won't Keep from, I just used my printer. I went to Love Letter font is the one that I use. So if you go to any of the free fonts, you'll find the Love Letter font. I can't speak. Anyhow, so that's how I did it, and I just used the EK6S label punch. So if you just center your sentiment after you've typed it on your computer, and I just used the darkest brown that I had, you can center it like that and punch, and it'll give you the little ticket. And then I just used a 2.5 inch by 1 1/4 inch piece of brown cardstock to put behind it, and some red trendy twine, or baker's twine, whatever you call it. And I've also stuck some sticky strip on the back of this. I'll go ahead and stick that on. Oops. Right about here. And then the little jewels that I used. I just used the little tulip tool, and sorry, I had some of these out and they have just disappeared. They probably got dumped on the floor, but let me just pull out a couple. And just arrange them the way that you like them. See if I can get these flipped over. And I just kind of staggered them just like this, so it looks like love is coming out of the jar. And when you do this, the best way to know if you're ready to go is to take your tool, and my son's been holding this for a minute so it's been heating, but if you just put it against a piece of paper, if it turns brown, you know that it's ready to go. And you'll just come to your jewel and hold it for about 5 seconds per jewel, and you'll kind of feel it start to slide around, and that's how you know that it's ready to go. And when I purchased these, they're kind of pricey when you buy a big bulk pack like this. So I waited till they went off a sale and then used a 40% off coupon at Joann's. Double check a couple of these. And then just give it a little tap to make sure that they're all down. And that is how I made the card. And the inside, I actually, let me just lift it up again, just cut out a piece of blue pattern paper that measures 4.5 by 3.5. And I used my printer to do this, so I'm giving mine to you, and then just did a little 1-inch heart. So once again, love won't keep, so I'm giving mine to you. So this is the card that I made. If you have any questions or comments, I hope you'll leave me a post. Thanks for watching. Bye.